welcome to another episode of The Elegant Life. My name is Erin Kurt and I am a spiritual teacher and spiritual life coach. And if you're tuning in today during this holiday season that has begun, then you're going to be in for a treat. Because here at The Elegant Life, we do things a little bit differently. We have a focus of spirituality and elegance, and we combine them together to live exquisite lives. So this week's video is going to be all about a holiday gift guide, the elegant way. You know, so many times we can rack our brains when it's been so many years that we've been giving gifts, we just can't think of anything. My goal is to give gifts that will be so appreciated by the person. Maybe some unique ideas that you've not thought of before. I know that I would enjoy receiving any one of these gifts. So let's start with idea number one. This idea is not something that you probably haven't given before or haven't thought of, but what makes this the elegant gift guide idea is that it combines very much the principles of the elegant life. What am I talking about? Books. There are some unique book ideas that I really want to share with you. Let's start with the half of the side of a spiritual woman who chooses to live elegantly. She is definitely first and foremost at the core a spiritual woman. And some of the books that I just have loved are some of them by Paulo Coelho. I hope I'm saying that right. But some of my favorites are the one called Adultery, and actually my husband is really enjoying it as well. And this one is called By the River Pedra, I Sat Down and Wept. These have romance and relationship issues, but embedded in all of his novels has that undercurrent of a spiritual teaching. And if you have anybody who is maybe interested in romance novels, but is also into spirituality, these books, trust me, are fabulous. So they will truly appreciate it. Now, if we move on to some other parts of the spiritual woman who chooses to live elegantly, we tend to, at The Elegant Life here, be, shall we say, Francophils. All right, you all know that I have a whole story where my whole experience started in France. I have adored France, the French culture, speaking French since I was 8 years old in Canada. So I wanted to share some of my top Francophile finds, all right? There is a series of books, the Madame Chic series. Now this is written by an author called by Jennifer L. Scott. She actually has a series of 3 books. So you can get them in a gift set. They are all over the bookstores, even here in Dubai. So I saw them at Borders here in Dubai. So what the premise of it is, I could relate to so much because of my experience when I lived in France. But she was a young American girl going over there to do some study. And she lived with a French family. And she gained so many lessons about life, about living, and about being from living in this family. I know that it resembled very closely to my experience that I lived with a French family as well. So it was a pleasure for me to read, but also I loved a lot of her takeaways. So this one is just called At Home with Madame Chic. This one is just called, this is the first one, but I've taken the book jacket off. It was Lessons from Madame Chic. This is the first one. The second one is At Home with Madame Chic, and the third one is something like Living with Poise or something like that. I didn't get that one actually, but those are some great books for a Francophile, someone that loves France, or who is interested in all of the French culture, and just actually someone who loves traveling and would love to know about different cultures. It is a fascinating, beautiful read, and it really does give you a lot of tips in there too that I even remembered actually and started putting in place again in my life so many years ago when I bought them. Another fun read is this one. It's called Entre Nous, Between Us, A Woman's Guide to Finding Her Inner French Girl. I thought this was written in such a great, great way. Again, it's by an American who lived in France, I think it was Paris, and the lessons about being a woman are very much in line with how we live the elegant life. Use it as some inspiration to upgrade, elevate your vibration to a higher frequency. This is a beautiful way to do it. One of my last recommendations that was just a really fun look, and I giggled at, because look, when you live in Paris, you have, first of all, an ideal about what it's going to be like, and then all the realities come in, and there are some hilarious stories, some frustrations. This is from another, I believe it's an American, who went to Paris and fell in love, basically. And it's called Lunch in Paris, a love story with recipes. Now, if you're like me and you love cookbooks, you love cooking, you're gonna love this, because it is a love story about how she met her then husband, you know, she's married to him now. It's the story behind it. It's about her learning to live in France. It's about her learning to just really get adapted to the culture and the way of life, and some frustrations, and then some beautiful things that she took away with her. And some of the things that she shares are the beautiful recipes. And it's just a fun way of reading a book. And then if you really kind of want to get into that life, you can make the same thing that she was making about in that particular part of the story. So I just find that these books are something that when you give to the person, you can even put a little like French chocolate together with this book to make it a little bit special. You can give a collection as the Madame Chic books. You can get a bunch of them and just present them in a beautiful French way, with maybe some lotion from a Paris brand like Decléor or Clarins, something like that. Let's move on now to gift idea number 2. All right, I don't know about you, but I have always loved getting kind of a compilation gift. When I was young, I think my favorite gift that my mother ever gave me, when I started to get interest in these girly things like lip glosses and eyeshadows and just beauty, was she got me my very own makeup case. And in it, she put a lot of different things in there. And it was like, oh, cool. It was almost like a stocking, but it was like a makeup bag with cute little things. And ever since then, I have liked to put together kind of gift basket or some kind of compilation gifts. And so I would love to share with you what I would put in sort of a wellness gift basket, yoga bag, whatever you can find to put all these wellness goodies in there. I would say that having some maybe sachets of plant-based protein powders in there would be great. I also think that to put in a wellness packet, some doTERRA oils. This one, it's nice green. It's called Balance, and this is Serenity. You know that on this channel, I highly, highly recommend these oils because they are therapeutic grade oils. All you have to do is diffuse these in your home, put a few on the bottom of your feet, and you really, really feel a difference. You feel balanced, you feel more serene. I really cannot recommend these enough. But another thing you could put is a beautiful satin. You know, I'm just coming up to 47 years old, and you know, we want to watch the lines around the eyes and things like that. And so why not buy for a peaceful sleep a beautiful satin eye mask? That would be gorgeous. So I think it would look very pretty. And another thing that would go gorgeous in that is, why not a beautiful, just little kind of a negligee. Nothing racy, but I think this one is really elegant. And I got this one actually when I was in Florence, Italy this summer from a company called Intimacy. And I will put the link to all of these things. I should have mentioned that before. All of these things, I will put links to them when I can find them, or just even to the main website. But Intimacy is an Italian brand, but you can find it all over. So they have beautiful, beautiful ones, and they are really affordable. Another idea that you could put in this gift basket is a book that is fantastic. It is The Liver Rescue. This book is so wonderful. It is really talking to us about our wellness and our health, and really how to eat to have the highest vibration possible. And you know me, I'm all about, look, if you want to vibrate at a high vibration, then wouldn't it make sense to eat high vibrational foods? And some people say, well, what are examples of that? This book is the closest that I have really found to recipes that actually really are simple and easy and taste good. So The Liver Rescue would be another great, great book to put in this wellness basket. Let's move on to gift idea number 3. Idea number 3 is one of my favorites because, you know, my husband and I, for example, we're at a point in our lives now where basically, if I want something, I can just go online and order it. So there is nothing really that he could surprise me with that I couldn't just go out and get myself. So I suggest something a little different. I call it the experience gift. If you have this kind of relationship with someone, like, oh, they're a person who has everything, what am I going to get them? Or they have the financial means to get anything for themselves, then I love the idea of coming up with buying tickets or buying something that's going to give this person an experience. I brainstormed a lot of ideas for you here, so I'm just going to read them off. If some people love comedy shows, go online and see, are there any comedians coming in 2019 to a city that the person lives in, or that they could drive to, or something like that. But is there a comedian that's coming? I know that I bought tickets for Michael McIntyre. He is a British comedian that literally makes me laugh so hard. And he's coming to Dubai, and I just cannot wait. I literally cannot wait. So a comedian. If you have any kind of a dinner cruise in your city, I think a dinner cruise is an idea that is fantastic. You know, often here, every night I look out my window and I see all of these people going on these dinner cruises, and yet I've never been on one. And I'm thinking, this is something like when you live in a city, oftentimes you don't do these kind of experiences. So if someone gifts it to you, I think it's a really nice idea. So that's a good one. How about any kind of a concert? Go online and see if there is a musician or a singer or some kind of band or group. Go online and see if they're coming next year. Now here's some unique ones. What about getting them like 5 lessons of a language they've always said that they wanted to learn, but they never did? Sometimes people need that little nudge, or they don't have the time. I mean, we all have time, right? We just don't have our priorities right. Any kind of language class that's in your city that they can go, or if there are time constraints, then you can find one online, and I think that would be a great, great gift. Another thing, what about music lessons? Have they ever said that I'd love to just learn one song on the guitar, or one song on the piano, and you could buy like a package of 5 lessons. I think that would be a fabulous idea. Or singing lessons, voice lessons. I know that is something that's been niggling me. I love to sing, but I have never been trained professionally to sing, other than like when I was in the choir. So that would be a good one. What about dance lessons? I had it on my list last year, and because of things that occurred, I wasn't able to do it this fall. That was my plan. I was going to go to the dance school and learn the Argentinian tango, and I never got to do that. And so that is going to my next year's really to-do list. And what about meditation? If someone has said, you know, they've been stressed a lot, and you know that they're open to something like that, find a meditation center and buy them, 5 classes where they could go there for 5 times and just learn to meditate. There's so many different options of an experience that you could do. I know in Canada, one of the best things that my parents did when they were in Vancouver was go and see the whales. That was one of the best memories that they have. So it was an experience. They stick with you more than sometimes things do. All right, let's go on to my very last holiday gift idea. I love the idea of subscription services. Now, there are so many out there. All you would have to do was do a Google search. There are some where every month someone would be sent a new bouquet of flowers. That would be gorgeous for that person who loves flowers to receive a new bouquet of flowers once a month. Or if they're into beauty and beauty products, why not sign them up for a year subscription of every month they get this little gift that is filled with new samples to try. All right, there's all kinds of them. Food subscriptions, you know, if you know someone that's really busy, like a busy mom who's working outside the home and just really could use support, there's meal delivery systems where they send you all of the ingredients for the night's meal or the week's meals. They give you the recipe card and you go ahead and just easily, quickly make the meal. So you don't have to go grocery shopping. It's all cut, it's all prepared, but they still feel the satisfaction of making a homemade meal. So those are just some of my ideas. I hope that you're inspired to give something that really is going to leave an impression and a long-lasting gift, because we're all about enjoying life. We know that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. This human experience is to be enjoyed fully. And these gift ideas that I gave to you are ways that will absolutely give the experience of joy and fun and anticipation and just an interest in life again. So on that note, I'm going to stop the video here. Again, all the links will be listed below. The ones that I can hopefully find, I'll do for you. And just really enjoy this holiday season. I'm going to be doing videos this whole December on topics related to the holiday season. So make sure you subscribe and also hit the notification bell, because then you'll be notified exactly when a new video comes from me. Make it an elegant week, and I'll see you next time.